Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome to another to it. Make sure that everyone can hear me, because I can't hear myself. What's going on here?
The audio ready?
It seems like it's jumping, but
What you were saying, the audio?
nah, let me restart this thing right here. Hold on. Audio card. Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome. Can everyone hear me out there? If you can hear me, please give me a 1. Give me a 1 in the room. If I could be heard out there, please give me a 1. Giving all honor and praise to the Most High, King of the universe, your hoes ever out for life, food, clothing, and shelter, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Thanking the Most High God for another Shabbat day. Thanking the Creator for life, food, clothing, and shelter, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And don't forget to share it. Let's drive the algorithms so that people will tune in. Praying that the Creator would be with us all, protect us, keep us. That He will allow us to grow as a people. That He will continue to bestow blessings upon Yisrael scattered in the 4 corners of the earth. I'm praying that the Creator of heaven and earth will continue to bless us with understanding. Put a like, put a 1 in the room if you can hear me clear, please. To everyone out there. It's kind of difficult in the summertime. In the summertime, it's difficult because I get to start late. A lot of people are already sleeping. And I be sleeping myself, but I come on with you guys to spend a couple of hours with you. All right. All right, I see everybody's in the room. Well, as far as, got 24 people thus far in the room, so guess that's good for now. Listen, we have to be grateful to the Creator for our lives and for understanding, you know. I seen this past week, the videotape came out with the sister Sonia Massie. May the Most High God bless her memory. May the Most High God be with her family in their time of loss. It's sad. at a loss for words. I'm angry, vexed, upset. I'm all types of things right now. You know, it's if you don't if your mind is not blown away by the sheer amount of savagery that goes on within some of these departments, these police departments, is, let me rephrase it. You know, the savagery that goes on within some of these police officers. I mean, I saw that video and it just brought tears to my eyes because that could be any one of our sisters. That is our sister. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say. Like, I smile and I chuckle because not that I'm laughing at the matter. It's disbelief. I mean, how much more do we have to endure? Deuteronomy 28, verse 47 reads, because thou didst not serve Jehovah thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, that by reason of the abundance of all things. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy whom Jehovah shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Verse 49, Jehovah will bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as the vulture swoopeth down, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, that shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, that shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young, that shall not regard the person of the man or of the woman. Like I said, I'm lost for words. I just can't fathom what my eyes saw. You know, it's crazy. It says here, fatal police. This is from NBC News 5, Chicago. Fatal police shooting of Sonia Massie, black woman who called 911 for help, what we know. Sonia Massie ducked and apologized to an Illinois sheriff's deputy seconds before he shot the black woman 3 times in her home, with one fatal blow to the head, as seen in body camera video released Monday. An Illinois grand jury indicted former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson, 30, who was white, last week. He has pleaded not guilty to charges of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. The video confirmed prosecutors' earlier account of the tense moment when Grayson yelled from across the counter at Massey to set down a pot of hot water. He then threatened to shoot her Massey ducked, briefly rose, and Grayson fired his pistol at her. Authorities said Massey, 36, had called 911 earlier to report a suspected prowler. The video shows that two deputies responded just before 1 a.m. on July 6 at her home in Springfield, 200 miles, 322 kilometers southwest of Chicago. First walked around the house and found a black SUV with broken windows in the driveway. It took Massey 3 minutes to open the door after the deputies knocked, and she immediately said, "Don't hurt me." She seemed confused as they spoke at the door, and she repeated that she needed help, referenced God, and told them she didn't know who owned the car. Inside the house, deputies seemed exasperated. She sat on her couch and went through her purse as they asked for identification to complete a report before leaving. Then Grayson pointed out a pot sitting on a flame on the stove. "We don't need a fire while we're here," he said. Massey immediately got up and went to the stove, moving the pot near a sink. She and Grayson seemed to share a laugh over her pan of steaming hot water before she unexpectedly said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You better expletive, not, or I swear to God I'll expletive, shoot you in your expletive face." He then pulled his 9mm pistol and demanded she drop the pot. Massey said, "Okay, I'm sorry." In Grayson's body camera footage, he pointed his weapon at her. She ducked and raised her hands. Grayson was still in the living room facing Massey and separated by a counter, divided the living room and kitchen. Prosecutors have said the separation allowed Grayson both distance and relative cover from Massey and the pot of hot water. After Grayson shot her, Grayson discouraged his partner from grabbing a medical kit to save her. "You can go get it, but that's a headshot," he said. "There's nothing you can do, man." He added, "What else do we do? I'm not taking hot expletive boiling water to the expletive face." Nothing that Massey was still breathing, he relented and said he will get his kit too. The other deputy said, "We can at least try to stop the bleeding." Grayson told responding police she had boiling water and came at me. She had boiling water and came at me with boiling water. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with boiling water. During a Monday afternoon news conference, the family's lawyer, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, called Grayson's revisionist justification disingenuous. He needed a helping hand. She did not need a bullet to her face, Crump said of Massey. She needed a helping hand. She did not need a bullet to her face, Crump said of Massey. Asked why Massey told Grayson, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," Crump said she had undergone treatment for mental health issues. He noted that she invoked God's name from the beginning of the encounter and asked for her Bible after the deputy stepped aside. During Massey's funeral on Friday, Crump said the video, which he and the family had already viewed, would shock the conscience of America. Massey's father, James Wilburn, demanded the county court system be completely open with this investigation and prosecution and transparent with the public. "The only time I will see my baby again is when I leave this world," Wilburn said, "and I don't ever want anybody else in the United States to join this league." Grayson, who was fired last week, being held in the Sacramento County Jail without bond. If convicted, he faces prison sentences of 45 years to life for murder, 6 to 30 years for battery, and 2 to 5 years for misconduct. His lawyer, Daniel Foltz, declined to comment Monday. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office released a statement on Facebook saying, in part, Massey lost her life due to an unjustifiable and reckless decision, adding that Grayson had other options available and his actions were inexcusable. So the official statement from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Police Office says the body-worn camera footage has now been released and the public can see what we saw. Sonia Massie lost her life due to an unjustifiable and reckless decision by former Deputy Sean Grayson. Grayson had other options available that he should have used. His actions were inexcusable and do not reflect the values of or training of our office. He will now face judgment by the criminal justice system and will never again work in law enforcement. Ms. Massey needlessly lost her life, and her family deserves an answer. I trust the legal process will provide them. This incident does not reflect the values or actions of our law enforcement community. It was a tragic decision made by an individual who had the training, tools, and experience to know better. We are committed to upholding a standard that prevents such tragedies from occurring in the future. Thank you, Sheriff Jack Campbell. So I got something to say to Sheriff Jack Campbell. You knew that this guy had gotten fired many times did he get fired? 5 times in the last 4. He had been to 6 different police departments in the last 4 years, I believe, because of misconduct. That means that this was a rogue cop from the beginning, that he was out of control, and that he didn't know how to act in the midst of people, or when he answered calls to go to people's homes, to interact with people that had been complaints about him. So Sangamon Police Department, you guys, because you put out that statement, it doesn't mean that you are pardoned. You knew his record. You should have never hired him. Like the brother Rand Shabbat said, submissive position, but the officer still took overwhelming force in response. What we have to understand is that infiltrated within the police department, many police departments in America, is these neo-Nazis and these members of the KKK that simply don't give a darn about us, don't care anything about us or killing us. You seen how, now we saw the video. He didn't have his body cam on. His partner had his body cam on, working, recording. So if they both didn't have their body cam on, the narrative would have been she had boiling water. She tried to attack us with the water because that's what he said. She tried to attack us. She came at us with a boiling pot of water. You see the lies and how for years they've been constructing lies to make us look guilty. But the body cam showed that she put the pot of water down, showed that she was just that she said, "I'm sorry." Showed that she put her hands up. Showed all those things. She came out with the right idea, with "don't hurt me." And they still hurt her. Grayson still went and did what she asked him not to do. I don't know, I'm lost for words. I don't know, I want to hear from y'all. I'm going to read Deuteronomy 28:50 once again. A nation of fierce countenance that shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Those are the people that are over us. Those are the people those are the savages and the animals that are over us, because only savages and animals do things like that. That was a woman that could not harm neither one of y'all. You had other. First of all, I'm not even getting into that. Other methods. She wasn't trying to harm y'all. Y'all could have sat there and spoken to her. And then you begin to construct your lies to try to make it seem like she was trying to attack y'all with boiling hot water. I remember in New York City where they used to throw people off of the roof. Police officers, when young boys used to try to escape from them, they would throw them off the roof, off the tenement buildings, because they ran from them. Not for no other reason. They would just throw them off the roof and say that they try to jump from roof to roof and they didn't make it. I pray that the Creator have a swift healing for her family, who has to be suffering, heard her father speak. Very clear man, clear with his words. But this is all something. I mean, I'm just tired of this. I honestly tell you, I'm really, really, really tired of this. I don't know how much more we could continue to put up with this. Like, it's just a lot, you know? Just a lot. So let's talk about it. Give me a call. 347-622-9090. 347-622-9090. Give me a call. And let's talk about it. Whoever wants to talk about it. Yeah, this is unfortunate. It's crazy out here, man. I hope that all that our kids be safe, our mothers. I mean, he had no regard for life. No regard for life whatsoever. No regard whatsoever. No, they want to talk about how racism in this country is dissipated. There's no more racism. This country is as racist as it's ever been. It's just a lot of it is hidden. But this country is as racist as it's ever been. No doubts about it. No doubts about it. Shalom, shalom, Ron Shabbat. You're on the air.
Shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom to all the Mishpachah.
Hallelujah.
I am behind. I'm on my phone watching, but you are far further ahead than I am.
You have to mute what you're listening to on the TV, on the computer, and just talk on the phone.
Right. Okay, so as has been being discussed, we have or for those who have seen it, like I said, I saw it on the news, and it's ironic. I saw it rather late. All of the platforms and things that exist for me to see it so late or even hear about it so late is kind of crazy in itself. But this is the crazy thing about it, and this is going to be controversial, and I respect that. So I can actually understand where the cop felt threatened, even though the force he took was completely unnecessary. She grabs the pot, and I forget exactly what he said to her about the pot, like, why are you grabbing the pot, whatever he said, okay? And what he said to her was disrespectful to her. She felt disrespected by what he said. So in response to that, what white people don't seem to understand is Black Christianity, okay? They seem to not understand that, and that's understandable. So she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And when she began to say that, he is interpreting that in his mind as, this woman is about to throw this pot of hot water on me, rebuking me in the name of Jesus. However, when he got aggressive, telling her to put the pot down, aiming a gun at her, she then put herself in a submissive, crouching position. She still had the pot of water in her hand because she couldn't just put it down, or she was too afraid to. But when she crouched in a submissive position, how you then even assume that this woman isn't going to attack you in any way, shape, form, or fashion is beyond me. And of all the different measures he could have taken, he could have used his taser. He could have, forced her more to, get on the ground, etc. You know how the cop is supposed to do, get on the ground, all of that. No, he literally took it upon himself to fire not one, but 3 shots, and I didn't even know it was into this young lady's face. He didn't shoot her anywhere in the body. He didn't shoot her in the arm, making her drop the pot, nothing. He shot this woman 3 times in her face, okay? So he went extremely overboard in his defense of himself and what he felt like this woman was actually threatening him, which, again, as controversial as that sounds, I can see where he would see that at first until she puts herself in a submissive crouching position. Then at that point where you still feel threatened, I'm not sure. Now, this is something that I myself am I'll be honest, I'm a little traumatized about it. I'm new in the Israelite dynamic, okay? What I have learned over the course of these last few years is this is all a judgment. This is all judgment, okay? All of it. To watch a lot of the content, movies, anything that depict slavery is overwhelming. You see all the things that happened to our ancestors in slavery. You understand everything that happened post-slavery, where you have what they called, I think it was criminal leasing or convict leasing, where right after slavery, in order to try to start making their money back, they have convict leasing now, where they start to implement all these ridiculous laws on our people just to put us back in jail, back in chains, so that they can literally lease us out to perform slave acts again, working for free, okay? After convict leasing comes Jim Crow. the horrors of Jim Crow. That was a literal war on our people. That was a war that was implemented, that was raged on our people. Started by the movie Birth of a Nation, the original Birth of a Nation, where, a bunch of white people watched that and just started going crazy on the black man, the Ku Klux Klan, just every white man and woman who possibly could target a black man or woman or anything negative they did. Now you have lynchings, you have all of the black infrastructure that was trying to be, was being created by our people, that was destroyed, towns bombed, burned down, countless numbers of people massacred, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We no longer have black towns anymore. That's gone now. Then from there, you have the civil rights movement. They saw that was our way to fight back. Once they took out our leaders, okay, they still gave us integration and obviously eliminated lynchings in the Jim Crow era. They eliminated that. So if you want to say we won in that aspect, you can say that. However, because it's a war, they said, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to diminish the black family. More wars came where black fathers are going to war. They're either not surviving these wars, or they're getting maimed, or they're becoming alcoholics, or they're becoming heroin addicts, what have you. They take all of the infrastructure that did exist out of the neighborhoods. There's no more trade schools. There's no more, jobs of trade where the black man can go earn a living and then take care of his family. And plus, they're still putting black men in jail. So they're taking the black man out of the house, out of the home, in many different ways, shape, form, and fashions, or they're destroying him economically. All right. Then they're implementing programs where women can receive government assistance aid, but they can't have the father in the home. I talked to an older gentleman. He said it was so bad that the woman couldn't even have an iron in her home. She couldn't even have an iron in her home. All right, or she wouldn't receive the government assistance. Okay, so you remove the black man out of the home. Then comes the late 70s and 80s, where you have this, influx of narcotics coming in. Okay, now you have the crack era and unfortunately the hip hop era and all of that. So now you have mass incarceration. Now things are even worse. Okay, the harsh thing about all of this, to my understanding and my belief, is all of it is judgment. All of it. As horrible as it all sounds, it's all judgment. And that is the hard aspect for myself to accept, to know that while we are in this captivity, while we were in this land, we are under judgment. How far it goes, because I understand that there's a scripture that says, but they went too far. I don't know what going too far is. I honestly don't know what parts of going too far are things that the Most High allows or disallows. I honestly don't know. All I know is that we are subject to all of it. While we are here in this land, or while we are in the diaspora, while we are not in our sovereign land of Israel as a sovereign nation, following the law, statutes, and commandments, and receiving the blessings of the Most High Yah, we are receiving the curses. And these curses come in all the varieties and ways that are mentioned in the section of curses. And it's a very harsh reality to accept that, this is a judgment that we are under. And I'll land there.
Hallelujah. I think thank you, my brother Rand, for what you brought forth. But I do think I do not think that in any way, shape, or form she was menacing to the police in no way, shape, or form. I think that she, from my understanding, she got some mental issues, but never in that video did I ever feel like at any point, because they're the ones that spoke about the boiling water. There were two of them. One of them could have said, "Listen, man, we're gonna move this pot of water and we're gonna pour it out if you don't mind." Okay, no problem. She was very what do you call it? How do you say it? Submissive, like you said. She joked a little, um, and I just think that these police departments is filled with a bunch of neo Nazis and Ku Klux Klan members that don't care about us whatsoever. We got to stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Is that we've given them the benefit of the doubt? How many more incidents we gonna see? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you for your call. Thank you for your perspective, and we're gonna take some more calls. And we got Sister Rhonda. We got Sister Rhonda on the line. How are you, sis? I'm good. What's going on with you?
All week. I mean, to the point where, I'm in tears after seeing that video, because any one of us can see ourselves or or our loved ones in Sonia Massie.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that in the very beginning, the way they were speaking to her let me know right from the very beginning that this was not going to end well. They spoke to her in a condescending manner. It's obvious that I don't even understand how they even got in the house, because they were leaving. So how did they end up in the house asking her for her ID and all of that? Because in the very beginning, they were getting ready to leave. So I don't understand that part. But
She
um,
let them in.
right, but I just don't understand why. Well, I do understand why they didn't just leave, because I think the
They
one
wanted
that
to
shot
make a
her,
report. They wanted
he
to allegedly make a report to show why they went there. This is what they're putting out. That they
yes,
wanted to make a report. You know,
yes,
you do police reports for everything. So,
yes,
um, but like you said, the one who shot her from the very beginning, he didn't come there like, "Ma'am, do you need help? Do you need
right,
anything?" I guess,
right,
yeah,
right. I just it's I respectfully disagree with the brother with parts of the beginning, because I think that that she they told her to go get the pot off the stove. I think that she was not a threat to them. And I think the one that shot her, who had been what they said, he 6 times,
6 times in four
going from,
years,
yeah, going from place.
precinct to
so
precinct.
so so this
He's
is
been getting fired.
systematic.
Yes,
This is systematic. So he goes from one place to the other, and knowing that he's had misconduct before, they're still allowing him. So I think that the whole department needs to be checked. I think they need to look up and down and see what's going on with that. But we already know what's going to happen with that. But back to Sonia Massie, it's hard for me to talk about it, because it's just so blatant, and just a total disrespect for her life. Now I get Deuteronomy 28. I understand it. I understand that we're under I understand all of that. But it still doesn't sit well with me. It still doesn't make me feel
absolutely,
better.
absolutely.
And saying that, what does that mean? That we don't do anything? We just sit back and just allow, and just as sitting ducks and just waiting for the next person to come along and kill one of our loved ones. Like, that was just so, it's hard for me to talk about. But I can't, I just don't understand why we're not even talking about her. Now, I get the whole, Kamala Harris and all of that. That's why I kept saying, y'all, we need to still be talking about Sonia Massie. Like, how do we, what do we do next? We can't continue to sit by and let our people die like this. What do we do? What do we do? Like, seriously, what do we do?
That's a very good question, because that's how, like, I started out the show saying I'm lost for words. Like, I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to say. The only, and I'm sorry, but a lot of times oppressed people and people who are constantly put under pressure and under duress, they end up lashing out. Then they wonder why riots
Yep.
happen, why places get burned down, because after a while, you pressure bust pipes. And when the
Yep.
pressure gets too high, people will react. And then they
Yep.
want to call us, other things. But there is a cause and an effect to everything. There's always something that happens that causes an effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, every time I think about it, I that's why I didn't want to see that video. I didn't want to look at the video once. I forgot who told me about it. My son almost told me about it. I didn't want to look at the video because I knew that I would be angry. I didn't want to look at the video because I knew that I would be vexed. But I had to look at the video because it would be responsible if I didn't look at it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I just I just wish we could have, like, just the laws of the old. Just give that chump to, give him
To
over
the
to,
street.
just give him over to, put him in. No, I'll do you one better. Just put him in
Mhm.
general population.
Population, yes.
Just put him in general population where he could be touched. Yeah,
Mhm.
just do that, and
Mhm.
we will save taxpayers money for years to come.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Taxpayers' money will be saved for years to come. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Realistically, that's how black people are feeling right now. But he's in a protective cut. This is just it's I don't even know what to
it's
say.
it's it's going to keep happening again, over and over again. I mean, how many times must we, see our people, killed in front of us? Like, we thought that George Floyd was bad. We thought it then, so they one up us. Yeah, I'm gonna kill your women now, right in front, in the face, shoot you right in the face. And so it's never, we're on this constant cycle of abuse. And and we fly up, we take it to the streets, we do all of these things, but we get complacent again, then it happens again. So it's going to keep happening. What do we do? What do we do? I mean, it's going to keep happening. Nothing, when our grandmothers got shot by that racist in Buffalo, those old women coming from church, just trying to go to the grocery store, and these old women shot in the face. Oh, well, we caught them and we put them in jail. But now what? What do we do? I I I don't know. I'm angry. I'm sad. I got all of these mixed feelings. because I can just see that happening to my loved one or to myself. Like when I call the police, do black women call the police? Do black people call the police for help?
I think that's
I
the
I mean I mean it used to be a time back in the 60s where our black men patrolled our neighborhoods with guns to keep these white men out of our neighborhood trying to shoot and kill us. I mean, what are we doing? We're getting so complacent that and so individualized that we don't think about community anymore. We just think about ourselves. Where's the community? I don't know. I don't know. I might be rambling because I'm
no,
just
it's okay.
upset, but
Tonight is, we pray that the Most High God would just have mercy on the family. Will bring them some healing.
yeah.
But I know that there are a lot of raw feelings.
Yeah.
347-622-9090. 347-622-9090. Join in the conversation.
Join the conversation.
It, in terms of prophecy, we understand prophecy. We know what prophecy says, but it's still never easy to see what they do. It just hurts.
No, it hurts.
hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts
hurts.
because you know what? With me, I start thinking about everything. Eleanor Bumpers. I start thinking about
Yep.
Sean Bell. These are all unarmed black people. Amadou Diallo. I start thinking about the young man out in St. Louis.
Philandros.
No.
What's
The
his name?
young man
No.
in St.
Oh,
Louis, where the whole
in St.
rise.
Louis.
Yeah, Michael
Yeah.
Brown. Is it Michael
Michael
Brown?
Brown.
Michael Brown. Philando Castile.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking Walter Scott.
Yep.
Walter Scott. He was just running away from the police. The police shoots him. He grabs his taser out of his side and throws it by him. If that young man didn't have that, it wasn't videotaping the interaction, that cop would have never went to jail. He would still have his job. But because that young man recorded everything, and when that racist cop began to lie, they had a video of him and what he did. The guy was running away from you. You shot him in his back.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I speak but I don't have the answers. I don't know exactly what I don't have them. I wish I did. I wish I could say, this is, what we do as a people. In terms, we always know that our servitude for the Creator is maximum. That's what we have to do, right? We know that we always have to serve God, and that's where our protection comes from, that Yah will protect us and all those things. But it's not easy to see, all of this and not feel a way about it.
Yeah. I feel that times are like that it's a turn. Like I feel like the racist people have always been racist. They're just saying the quiet parts out loud now.
Right.
They don't care who hears it or they want to be so what? Their thing is, Trump 2024. So, this is their, Trump has put a battery in all their backs.
Right.
And they've always been there, but they're saying the quiet parts out loud. So it's more blatant. It's going to get worse.
Right.
What do? How do we protect each other? How do we make sure that, because it's going to happen again, but how do we team up? How do we what do we do?
Well,
I mean, I felt like we've
I
done.
think some of those conversations can't be had publicly. You
Yeah,
know,
right. I understand.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
know what I mean,
understand.
because
Yeah.
you know you giving away what you want to
Yep.
do, but in terms of I don't, it's just we tried everything. You know, we did the we shall overcome with Dr. Martin Luther King. He
Hmm.
had his strategy. You know, it worked somehow. You know, it had some effect, right? But it seems like that spirit of the antebellum South is kicking up strong
Yeah.
once again, and
Yeah.
is beginning to rear its head, and it seems like we are like they want to make us the victims once again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And there are a
Yeah.
lot of guns, there are a lot of weapons, there are a lot of things that are out here, and I'll tell you one thing: this place is primed for a civil war. So we're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
have to do like how this like how the book says is we're gonna have to go to the wilderness of the people and separate ourselves from these people
Ooh.
and live amongst each other. That's one of the things. The first things that we have to think about is because we're so scattered that if something was to jump off, we would just be on our own, fending on our own. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
be I'd rather be in on the land, and if we go down on that land and we fighting and we have to go down on that land, at least I know we were together. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But separate,
Yep.
you know what I mean, and us not thinking about things of that nature. I think that Mika spoke about it a couple of weeks ago at the Unity Shabbat in terms of us finding somewhere to go. You know, he's in Guyana, South America, but at
Mm-hmm.
least those people down there are together. You know,
Yeah.
they are a community. They are together, and we don't even have an exit plan. We don't have anything that would allow us to, if it was to go down, for us to say, all right, this is what we have. This is how we could hold ourselves down. This is how we could protect our women and our children. This is how we could do. We have none of that. You know what I mean? We have none of that. While you know, on the other hand, the these people, you know, they got bunkers and they have
Mm-hmm.
doomsday preparations, and they done dug up tunnels from one place to the other, and they got food supplies that will last them for years and years. But you know,
Yeah.
our security blanket always been the Most High. But the Most High God also tells us to be prepared. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for you know, in a time of peace, prepare for war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to be prepared. We got here.
Agreed. Agreed.
Leslie Marshall, employees watched and did nothing. It's open season on our melanated brothers and sisters. And Trump saying he's going to give police immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what do we do? Don't let the left hand know. Let the
Yep.
left hand know. Don't let the left hand know. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. Mm.
That's right. That's right. Call in. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Call in.
Yeah, call in. I gave you all the number 347-622-9090 for anybody who might want to chime in on this conversation. I know that y'all wanted to talk about it, so when events like this happen, we always open up. We talk as a community because we know that people have a lot of feelings, and we are family, so we come together and we discuss issues that are affecting us.
But I do think that we are just not prepared. And now down south, I people are more prepared.
Right.
Um, um,
Because
the further you go,
people in the South had lived around these savages for years,
yes,
so they
yeah,
know they know the nature of the savage and of the beast,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
know how to tame that savage and that beast. You
yeah,
know,
mm-hmm,
you know, sometimes we look at our brothers and sisters from the South, and we look at them as being like they laid back because it's they lifestyle,
mm-hmm,
but they understand the nature of that savage and that beast. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
And that mindset that savage and that beast has. You know,
mm-hmm.
and you have to say it that way because, you know, a lot of them that's what they are. You know, they do savage things. That's
Yeah,
like, and no, even if the distance that you have, even if that woman, let's say hypothetically, that she threw that pot, right? You have enough time to get out of the way of that. She got one shot to throw that pot at you. You have enough
mm-hmm,
way to get enough time to get out of that the way of that pot and get to her.
yeah.
But she wasn't even thinking about that, wasn't she? Was she pouring the didn't she pour the water out of the pot?
I thought that's what it looked like she was doing. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. I
I
don't know,
felt like
maybe.
she was. I could be wrong. The video is kind of like grainy, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
She said, "I'm sorry."
yeah,
She automatically just said, "I'm sorry." She realized that made him uncomfortable. What she said, and she automatically said, "I'm sorry."
yeah. It's like he was itching to do that. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he was itching to do that.
He didn't
And
like
and
the beginning when she said, "Don't hurt me."
yeah.
So he was looking for a way to arrest her, slam her on the floor. Oh, you trying to be funny? Okay, I got funny for you. You
Mhm.
know, put you in your place.
Mhm.
You black
Mhm.
wench. Put y'all in your
Mhm.
place.
Mhm.
All right, Rand, you gotta, my brother, you gotta give somebody else an opportunity. We heard you already, so I'm gonna give someone else an opportunity to speak. Let other people call in. So you could type in on the actual chat like you've been doing, but we're gonna give other people opportunity to call in. I know sometimes people are apprehensive, but we're gonna try to give other people opportunities to call in.
Yeah, I really want to hear. I mean, I think it's safe to say that all of us are feel this way. But I do know that it's helpful to also share your feelings and to also talk about it. I think that's been my week was consumed with just thinking about that, and just, moving in anger. Like I really had to stop because, now you're lashing out at the wrong people. And so but I'm happy that I got an opportunity to talk about it tonight.
You know, man, it was something I had to say, and it just got away from me. It was something that I had
Julie,
to
he
say.
did have an agenda. He did have an agenda. It started from when I started in the very beginning. It's like he knew. I like he just didn't from the very beginning with the way he was talking to her.
Um, just trying to. It was a couple of things. It shows how also partners don't hold partners accountable, because if I'm your partner and I got a clear sight of the woman and I could see that she was already sitting by us, we saw her, she doesn't have any weapons. As soon as you start drawing a weapon, and I could see and I could assess the situation, be like, hey man, put that gun down. What are you doing? You know? Put that gun down. What are you doing? So, those are all things that we need to look at. You know, those are all things that we need to look at.
Can you give the number again? It looks like somebody wants to call in.
Who is baby man underscore divine? I need to vet some of these callers. I know Rand Shabbat, you know what I mean, but I need to know who baby man underscore divine is. Just type in your actual comment. No disrespect. I just need to vet and know who the people are in order for me to say, okay, call in or I'm going to pick up. I just it's just sad, man. It's sad that you feel like you can't do anything. I mean, I know we could do something, but it feels like it's that hopeless, like Deuteronomy 28, that we hope that it would night, you know what I mean, so that they wouldn't be able to see us. The one and only chief. I don't know what that means.
Your favorite partner for Shabbat talk.
I don't know
What
who
is
that
that?
is. Give me a name. That don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
My favorite partner for Shabbat talk would know the number, wouldn't be asking me for the number. They would have
Yeah.
both of my numbers, or both of the numbers that I use, the camp number and my personal number, and we just call in.
Yeah, we just spend too much time on him.
Yeah, if you baby man divine, you know my numbers. Just call me. Somebody just text me. I know that's not Sha'atil because Sha'atil knows mine. Yeah, but Sha'atil knows that ain't Sha.
That ain't shy.
That's not Sha'atil because Sha'atil knows my number. Sha'atil knows my numbers. So he will call either one of the numbers.
Yeah, yeah, he about to get booted.
People texting me over here. Now, Sha'atil knows my number. And that's not Sha'atil's screen name. He didn't have an agenda, and that don't call. And he did have an agenda, and that don't call an ambulance piece really highlighted it. I just think like the partner was in shock, but you have culpability when you see something going down. I seen one day, and this is what I'm talking about when partners check other partners. There was a traffic stop. It was something happened. They were arresting this guy. It was a female officer and another officer, and they were talking to the guy, right? They were talking to the guy. They detained him. They didn't arrest him yet. So there came on. The guy didn't want to come out of the car. It was something. The guy didn't want to come out of the car. He said, "I don't need to come out of the car. I didn't do anything wrong. Here go my license." It was something, right? And they were talking to him. Another cop just came out, pulled up on the scene, overly aggressive. He came, "You're gonna comply," and he grabbed the guy and started dragging him. And the female officer jumped on the cop, like, "You are escalating the situation."
Yep.
And he beat her up.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, this person tripping.
yeah, because if you Sha'atiel, just call somebody. If you are who I think you are, just call somebody else and tell them, yo, give me Oo's number. That's it. Even if you say you lost your phone. And when you call in, people gonna know who you are anyway. So nah, I'm not going for it. That's not Sha'atiel's. None of Sha'atiel's screen names. So I mean, so the partner, although he didn't pull the trigger, although he didn't feel like, you know, the situation needed for him to do that, I believe he got fired.
Yeah.
I believe the partner got fired. He didn't get put in prison, in jail, I mean, but I believe he got fired.
But the partner was talking that way to her too. He wasn't on the, shooting her, but they both were talking to her like she just wasn't any nothing,
Right.
you know?
Well, that's the way that they're used to dealing with us, especially in those some of those states. They feel like they could talk down to you. They feel like
But
they
like
could
you're
talk
not
down to
supposed to if you're not if you like you're not supposed to um say anything back. That's my part right there,
you. This is what
that you
they
can't ask a question
this is
or
what
you
they
come
hate.
off aggressive.
This is what they hate when you stand up for your rights or you know your rights. They try to um, escalate the situation. Definitely, they try to escalate. It's the ego. It's just not doing your job. You get offended when somebody says something. We got my brother Mordecai in the building. What happened, Dread?
Yo, Wagwan. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
My question to you is, as I'm listening, what are those so-called rights that we have as so-called voting African Americans, black men? What are our real rights? In conjunction of having the collective civil rights and having everyone in, but what do we really have? And what do our black sisters really have as rights? As saying, we just saw a sister be brutally murdered by the police. So what really are those rights? Our so-called Constitution or the amendment, we're 1/3 of something. So what are the rights that we have? Yeah. Good night, everyone.
That's the questions. The dread, the dread come through and asking what's our rights. Um, it's a good question. When you see things like this, it makes you feel, like it makes you feel that way. What's our rights? It makes you question if we have any rights. You know, it makes you question that. Um, it do make you question that. All right, now we getting the calls. Brother Mordecai again. What happened? You
No. I'm just, I'm just.
Did it hang up?
Individually. No. That was me.
Oh, okay.
Individually, right? The Creator is good to us.
Right.
Feel me? Food, clothing, shelter. Some have homes, some have apartments. But collectively, we're still hurting.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's the Deuteronomy 28 part. You feel me? That's the part where, yeah, you don't look at yourself downtrodden and like, I don't live in a curse. Great. No, neither do I. But collectively, my mind state on how I see my people, not just in America, but within the four corners. But let me just focus on where I am. Yeah, we're all hurting. What happened to that sister is a collective hurt. See, it's not a pick and choose. See, we've become this social project. See, that's what it is. Like Sister Rhonda was speaking earlier. It's like double jumps. You want to jump in and out. But see, we find ourselves within the social project with the other side. So it's like when they stop, we stop. Until we get killed again, then we want to get hype. And you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then now we're expecting things from us. As if the media wants to care about it. Nah, go Harris. Freedom. Feel me? That's what they're giving you. So yeah, these little small spurts. See, thank God for Sister Rhonda. Thank God for yourself. Thank God for Amos. Thank God for all those who want to care, who have a willing heart wanting to care about. You feel what I'm saying? Care about each other when we get that kind of news, but that won't become national. Now, you see George Floyd, just like Obama, one time around, baby. That's it. We can't make this a regular thing. No, we can't make them hurt all the time. But we're going to make them hurt. But we can't give them publicity either. That's crazy. That it comes with publicity, and that's how the social project gets big. So we can't do no more Black Lives Matter, because right now, we shouldn't be waiting on the other side for a Black Lives Matter march right now. We should be outside already. Just for those who don't observe, you know what I mean? For the non-observers. We should be outside right now. But no, once again, freedom. You can't have that during this time. Because it's time to, you feel me? We got the whole focus for November 4th. But once again, it's okay. You feel me? Because we're going to think about ourselves after something happens. And if the sister does get in, and like we all just said, it's going to keep happening, then what? But it might go back to what do we expect from her? The same thing we said with Obama. So, like I said, what are our rights? Individually, God is blessing us, but collectively, we're hurting. That's the curse. But we can enjoy still being here, individually. But collectively, don't you want to get up out of here? Absolutely. And I think I'll end it off with that.
Told out, my brother.
Amen.
Amen. It's all right. Let me call back some of these people that are calling. See, brothers that have called.
Please leave your message for.
Try calling them back.
Please leave your message.
Yeah, try calling you back, said Ev. Who? What? Which? All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom. How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Yeah, it's a lot going on in the world and in the circumference of things right now. Can you hear me, Aki?
Yeah, I hear you. Let's hear it.
First and foremost, I would like to say, may the Most High bless all those who can hear my voice. May the Most High bless my family. May the Most High bless your family. I love you, my brother, and I pray to continuously build on this bond. And this is what Night Talk is about. These is the issues. But I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start from the perspective of those who are on the outside looking in, who don't have knowledge of self. If we really don't break down and understand, we're in the year 2024. That's just the signification and the mark of the captivity that we're currently in. less than 60 years ago, 50 years ago is when the civil rights movement took place. My mother was a child during that era. She's alive, moving and working, doing well. Where am I going with this? We are still in the civil rights movement. Nothing has changed. The way they go about it has changed. The game don't change. The players do, and the tactics and the maneuvers do. Like it's like basketball. The game doesn't change. It's just the players within it, they adapt and change. But we are still in our captivity. First and foremost, on the outside looking in, we have a lot of people. We have our brothers who don't love themselves. We're talking about a group of males who we see day in and day out do not love themselves. How they gonna stand up and protect our women? Then we're conditioned to accept today's norms in society of an independent woman. And when that woman becomes independent, who's there to speak out and cry for her until she's in situations and shoes like these? Where am I going with this? The reason why we having a breakdown of the collapse of society around us and people are putting their hands on our women is because we're not doing our job as men. We're not doing our job as leaders to protect and facilitate our women, not only ourselves. They done beat up and downtrodden us. Most of our men are into the H word, and I'm not going to say it, but most of our men are beat down and downtrodden. They are emasculated. So now they're going to annihilate and touch our women. What I look at this is in all other situations and everything within our captivity. Everything is in our hands. We sit here and we wait around for the next brother to get whipped by an Egyptian, and then no one is stepping up and playing Moshe. Everybody is standing around waiting to throw stones at him the next Moshe. Ain't nothing gonna change. I look at this situation and I cry tears because I educated myself on it before I spoke on it and I broke it down. This is nothing different than George Floyd. This is nothing different than Breonna Taylor. This is nothing different. And until we actually come together outside of Torah as a people, and as we, the ones with knowledge of self, actually come together and show unification, it's only gonna get worse. Wait till you see what they're gonna start to plan to do to our babies. They wipe the men out. They're working on our women. Our women are going through higher incarceration rates. Our women are committing more murders against one another, encroaching more so than on the men. This is a lack of leadership. This is a lack of unification. Time's ticking. What we gonna do, Israel? That's all I gotta say.
Toda, thank you, my brother. Well put.
Shalom. Love you.
Love you too, my brother. Shalom, shalom. So now I'm gonna call up one more brother that's been trying to call. Shalom. You're on live on the Uzi, on the Shabbat Night Talk on the Uzi Alawi channel.
Shabbat shalom.
Who are we speaking with?
Oh, this is brother Sha'altiel.
Okay. So what do you have to say, my brother?
Peace and blessings to all. Give thanks unto Yah for He is good, for His mercy endureth forever. Shout out for adding me on, Chief. It's been a while. My signal, my reception was a little delayed. I was still listening to the Ebb's point, but I agree with him in so many different ways in regards to systemic racism. We've had this talk last year or a little while ago, whether it was the Kyries or the Kanyes, the Breonna Taylors. Brother Mordecai asked, what are our rights? You know, nothing has changed. And I don't know why we feel like because social media is a little bit more, foretelling with information that we live in a different society, but we don't. And I mean, you brought up Civil War. Like, there's so many levels to this conversation and so many dynamics that it's almost becoming repetitive from our standpoint. You know what I mean? As Black people here in America, we still 3/5 of a man. Certain things, hasn't changed in regards to that. Now, I was a little shocked to hear that the officer got fired right away, pretty much instantly, and that made me wonder, You know what I
Not
mean?
only
Like,
fired, he got arrested and charged with first degree murder and no bond. So they actually, and his partner, I believe, got fired.
the partner that was with him.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit new. It's a little bit different. But in everything that we see in the news, it makes me wonder. You know, I don't know if we fall into the conspiracy theorist category as Israelites because we don't believe half the stuff we see here or whatever. We shouldn't, because there is a such thing as fake news. But all of this stuff makes you wonder. So, I mean, I think that where I'm going with this is as far as an Israelite community. If you look at it from that aspect and see the growth and the development that our communities have had over the past few years with acquiring land, with, you know, creating forms of unification, and the PIW, the Phenomenal Women, along with the Israelite Men's Association, doing things. Since this pandemic, we've been able to accomplish a lot virtually as well as in person. And so I think we just need to continue to ride that horse, because talking about the systemic racism and all the constant things that keep happening, it's kind of a little bit stressful. But we talk about what we need to do, and, you know, as a community and as a people, but we have all of the resources and just haven't quite put that together. One of the things, as I was talking to Carl Mikhail, and I'll end with this, is that things take time. And if you look at the progress of our Israelite community over the past 50 years, you know, we have grown, even though we've had a few fallouts here and there. But look at the development of the Israelite community as a whole and how we have grown to unify and become on one accord, even when you look at the next generation. So I just like to continue to, you know, keep that conversation and that momentum going, because in that is where our salvation lies, what we have able to accomplish and what we can continue to accomplish together. Amen.
So, Sha,
Is
don't
this your
leave.
sister Rhonda?
Hey, Sha, don't leave, because I have a question for you. So what? So, so when this happens in our community, what do we do? And we can continue to build, and we can do all these things that are great and wonderful. But what do we do? Um, like you're painting this really rosy picture, and I like to get there with you, but I need to feel safe first.
Did he hang up?
No, I'm still here. It got quiet.
Oh no,
No,
she.
I mean the question
Hold
is
on. She can't. Hold on. She
okay.
can't hear. He can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh,
He
okay.
can't hear you because of the connection. He can't hear what you're saying. So
Oh,
she's saying,
send him
all
the
right,
link.
no. I don't even know if he got Zoom. He talking about he don't got good reception.
Oh, okay.
I have Zoom. I have all of that. You gotta text me. Text me the info.
I'm gonna text you the Zoom right now because Sister Rhonda coming at you. Straight up, she coming at you. And somebody else texted said none of that talk tonight. They don't want to hear that. So people coming at you left and right.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna say you the link right now.
All
right. Yeah, Sister Rhonda, go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah, I can't get with that. Yeah, of course I want our community to grow, and I want us to unite, and I think I'm 15 10 12 years in this way of life, and I've seen things change, but and I hope it gets better. But what I'm saying is, like, what do we do? Like
I think this is
I
beyond.
honestly
This is
don't want to hear
beyond
that
just.
right now.
This is beyond just being an Israelite. I think that
Yeah,
sometimes
that's right.
we yo more. I can't. You can. This is your third time. I can't do that. I didn't even let Rand come on after that, and you keep calling me, bro. You can't jump on the Zoom. Jump on the Zoom. Jump on the Zoom, big man. Jump on the Zoom. Rhonda, can you send him the link to the Zoom? Because
Copy. I'll send it. I'll send it to him.
he's going crazy right now. He got it. Let him jump on the Zoom, then that way he don't got to keep calling. I'm going to send it to Sha'Atiel. You can send it to him. He don't got to keep calling. Now the conversation is picking up. Everybody got something to say. Now it's gonna start. Now it's gonna really start. But I think, I always have to reel it back in. We can't lose our perspective. And nothing is gonna ever be accomplished without the Creator. I think that we have to keep those things in perspective. Because the Most High told us that even with Egypt, we could not fight a power that was greater than us. It says, "Strive not with a man that's mightier than thou." You know what I mean? Because that is a recipe for disaster. Strive not with someone that's mightier than thou. Now, it doesn't mean we sit and become docile. You know what I mean? Somebody hits you, don't mean that you stay hit and you don't do anything. You know what I mean? But in terms as a whole, the whole nation, the Most High has to deliver us out of this place. In the midst of it, are we gonna buck up and gonna have some times when thank you, son. Are we gonna have some times when we have to fight? Absolutely. No, that's part of the struggle. Coming out of Egypt was a struggle, was a fight. It was never easy. Freedom is never won by just laying down and waiting for something to happen. You got to move You got to move it along. Brother Mordecai, you in the building? What's going on?
I'm back. Shabbat shalom once again. Sha, I love you, baby. You already know, but we ain't doing that tonight.
I told you. He coming into the room right on time.
We ain't doing that tonight.
You could tell him when he come into the room.
Yeah, make sure I'm reaching.
Yeah, Shabbat shalom, brother.
Yo, Shabbat shalom, family. How you feeling?
I missed you, man. What's good?
I missed you too, cousin. You already know. You're on the west side. You already know. Still one love. But hey, tonight, we can't do that.
He ain't on the west side no more. He back east.
Okay. Oh, you done back. Okay, you like the winter. Okay, I feel you.
He didn't come to full winter. He's somewhere in between.
Okay. Welcome back, family. Welcome back. But yeah, we can't do that tonight. I get it. I'm with it also. But what we're seeing right now, once again, is a part of even when our elders, when they were finding this way of life, when they got it, we can't say that it was easy peasy for them easy either, because there was still a white versus black. You feel what I'm saying? And in this situation where we are, as much as we have our communities and we know each other, we are far distance away. You feel what I'm saying? Within the mentality of saying what happened to that sister isn't Yisrael. It is. Like Sister Rhonda say, none of us, even within our own community, see the difference within our community. And not saying that it's good, but the Most High has dealt with us on the other side where it really hasn't been horrific deaths. It's been really more of a medical, you know what I'm saying, that kind of way. But when we look at Yisrael outside of it, that's a sad thing, bruh. That's, as you can see, the sister dying has brought tears to those that's within the community. Why? Because collectively, to understand that, I always say, as much as we're scattered, for those who know themselves, amen. But for those who don't know themselves, there's still Yisrael. You feel what I'm saying? And that right there is not because it's back, that's individualism right there. By us saying, well, let's just focus on that. No, that's it. You feel what I'm saying? As much as this collective, that's still an individual thought where we have to get out of that and really look at that right there and take that in. You feel what I'm saying? And understand that once again, I know it's a pill, and it's something that just don't question God, or I'll tell you to take it up with the Creator. But it is His hand, and it's sad and it's hurtful that those are those little examples of that, like, Yisrael, get yourself together. Like, what I'm saying, like, understand that I didn't tell you what this remnant coming home is going to be like, and I didn't tell you what the things that's the over extreme ramification of what they're going to do, because they are going to go overboard. But that right there, my brother, that is, once again, it falls under the umbrella of it's not even a what do we do. It's kind of like, do we understand where we are? And understanding where we are, or we be thinking ourselves in our captivity to understand, like, listen, either we're going to get ourselves closer to God, and if we're going to have to really be the light, not just unto the nations, be a light unto ourselves, for those who are not in this way of life to take a look, like, okay, these people are onto something. You feel what I'm saying? Anything else is, like I said, bro, we're waiting on the hand of God to come, and none of us are prepared for that if we're seeing what already is happening to us by the other side. And no better yet when we do it to each other. But on this note right here, yeah, bro, we can't soft this down right now. You feel what I'm saying? This is a serious thing. And this right here, this is not even just the beginning, nor is it the middle. And we don't even know when it's going to end. You feel what I'm saying? But this is where we are. And this ain't no soft talk tonight. This is some real Shabbat night, you know what I'm saying, in the belly, you feel what I'm saying, conversation. And, like I said, shout out to our forefathers and foremothers before that, that pioneered and got us through. But this right here, if they were to see this, if they were here now, they'll be in more shock and anger. I doubt they'll be on some scared Negro kind of vibe. Like, let's just, stay in the closet with it. We got to shout loud, and
the key
we
word
got to get out our social project mentality. We and it sucks that this here, that it's not, it's the sad part about this, it made national news, but it's not going to last for long. So once again, it's another thing that we've become numb to. And in about a week or two, we're all going to be right back into our regular scheduled program. And that's the hurtful part right there.
Crazy thing is that crazy. Not, don't mean to cut you off, Shaltil. I'm gonna let you come in right into the conversation. But the crazy thing is that what I've noticed, I don't know if any other of the social media platforms is doing this, but I know for sure Facebook is trying to suppress it. So they're not letting anything that people post up that has to do with this story really reach the heights that it could reach. It's almost like it's secretive, Notice whenever you post anything about Sonia Massie, you only get, not even your friends get to see it. You only get 1 like, 2 likes, 3 likes, and things where your friends are gonna be all over it. It's like it's hitting on all of our pages. So they're playing with the algorithms, and they're trying to hide it and make it go away. They trying to just suppress it, and they have a part to play with it too. They have a part to play with it. So go ahead, Shaltil.
But see, I think y'all misunderstanding me. The key word
Not
you use, brother.
Not y'all. One person misunderstood. Rhonda and
that'll be me. Yeah, that's me. That'll be me.
The key word you used was understanding what's going on. And from my perspective, when I look at these things, I go straight to prophecy. And so you ask, when does this stuff end? But it's ending soon. Like, with all the wars that's happening between Russia, Israel, the Middle East, Hamas now, and then you're seeing this in our country, which has been this way since forever. We've tried the Martin Luther King effect, being peaceful. We've tried the Malcolm X effect, being, forceful. And all of it always ended up back to the same things. We cried for Breonna Taylor, just like we cried for this sister. We cried for, George Floyd.
But the difference between Malcolm X with Malcolm X movement and Martin Luther King movement, see, one man died while those so-called radical, whether it's Muslim or Black liberation men, see, they all died. See, all of them, and no disrespect to the Christian side, but besides Martin Luther King, his team is still kind of alive. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if you get my point right there, you know what I'm saying? So that, one really did work and it's still going, called the civil rights movement and all of that. And everything on the Black political side, whether it be Malcolm, the Black Panther movement, all that right there, once again, is always going to be underground. It's always going to be considered conspiracy theory. You feel what I'm saying? It's a little too Black, too proud, and it's that part right there. You feel me? That's all.
Right. And so I think with all of that, I don't look at it from a perspective of here in America. I look at it from a biblical perspective. And when you look at it that way, then you can understand why and how all of these things are happening. And we've said it, Chief said it a couple of times tonight. You even said it out your own mouth. The way to fixing all of this is to getting back right with the Creator. And that's what I meant as far as the Israelite community. Because guess what? These people who don't know themselves as Hebrew Israelites, they're seeing all of these catastrophes in the Black community, and it's making them search for the Creator. It's making them want to know what really is up, because it doesn't make sense that all this stuff keep happening to Black people. So they're looking for places such as the DCBs and communities such as that for salvation, for refuge, to be like, yo, what is the answer? What do we do? Now, we're not organized like an IUIC to do a march, like they did for Kyrie, so to speak. But all I was saying was, we have the tools and the things intact to help our people understand what is happening and why. And that's all I'm getting at. I'm not to discredit or to be like, well, because you mentioned our pioneers who went through racism. We have some of our grandparents, and I know Sister Rhonda can attest to this, who fought for certain freedoms and certain rights in this country, but those civil rights were not even the same as human rights. We're just fighting to be civil. We don't have human rights in this country. We've never had. So these rights that we're fighting for are certain types of freedoms that we're looking for that we've never gotten. You want to keep, many people lost their lives for it. And it's not to take away from that. We made progress, but we have to understand the bigger picture, and that every knee will bow and every tongue will swear. So it's important and imperative for us, for these moments, to be out there, to be like, yo, the way to salvation is to love the Creator, to hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You know what I mean? This is the way.
We too tired, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm not even going to try to play us like that. ISUPK and IUIC, I'm not even going to try to play us, bro. Like, we too tired. We work. You feel me? And I'm saying that very sarcastically. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we should be more mobilized. We should be out there, but we tired. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I real talk. And, yeah, everything else is, it's kind of like what you're saying. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same thing. We say the same thing over and over, but yet, you feel me? We happy to see each other outside. Shalom, where we come from work. We're here to the crib. You feel me? Get this dinner started. That's our, you feel me? That's our Monday to Friday until we get to Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, community-wise, no one's hearing us but online. Are they seeing us during the week outside? Is there a corner that we own outside? No. You feel what I'm saying?
No, it don't have to be a corner, but now it's media. We got to
No, it could be media. It could be media, but I'm telling you, I can walk right down on Rockaway and Pitkin Ave, and I got two brothers in purple and gold. outside.
Yeah, be
Literally.
careful with them brothers because they're gonna tell you your fringes are wrong.
No,
And
I
we gotta
already
do
did
the
that.
law.
Oh, you can catch me on YouTube with that. I already debunked one of them right in my hood. One of my mans. You feel me? But my whole point to that is that they're doing what you're talking about, what we should be doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
But even when you look at that, I mean, to what extent is that helping the situations such as what we're facing in Indiana? Like,
It doesn't help, but it goes right back when you're talking about people looking for salvation and people looking for hope. You feel what I'm saying? Everyone probably doesn't have the opportunity to tune in on that Saturday like the rest of the world is going out to go have a good time. You feel what I'm saying? So if we're out there, we're mobilizing now when people are walking by, and whether it's a pamphlet or them hearing the word, and we're promoting with, what I'm saying, DCB, check it out. Out of those 10 people, we might get one or two, but hey, that's one or two people that we know for a fact that's going to tune in. You feel what I'm saying? Compared to just having the media. I send my sister clips all day. Yo, tune in right now. You feel what I'm saying? I do it all day, every day. All over my social media, all to people that's not hit them all day, every day. You feel me? And I stay right there within the comments to see if I could see their name pop up. They're living their lives. You feel me? But I think it's a difference if they saw me outside with a little, little with the speaker with the phone and going in, they might be like, oh, word, Mordecai, dead serious with it, ain't he? You know what? Let me check him out. You feel me? So, there's always the proof in the pudding. You know what I mean? The pudding is a little better, I guess, when you know what the actual ingredients is. You feel me? Compared to, it's better when you go into the supermarket to see what you're purchasing compared to just looking at the commercial all day and just like, okay, let me just order it. You feel me? And just seeing the ingredients after you've gotten isn't good for you, if that made sense. But yeah, that's the way, back to your point of what you were speaking about, how we can get the people going. You feel what I'm saying? Is actually being out there. But
even
back to
I think more so the question, like Sister Rhonda and some of the other people said, like, what now? Like IUIC, brothers, they have great numbers. You march, you do that, but it's but so far that they could go in terms of doing anything, because they waiting for them to jump up and do something so that they could shut them down and call them a cult. And they already look at us as a cult, as a whole, not just them, but us also.
Agreed.
Right?
That's right.
They look at all of us as that. So
whether Messianic or Torah based, we're all one. Correct.
So the question is, like, what exactly is it that we are capable of doing? We know that the Creator is always first and foremost, but we have to look at it in terms of not just our community in terms of the Israelite community, but this is us as a national community at one, all at
Well,
one. As one, I
well,
mean. All
well,
as
this is
one.
where we go back to Sister Rhonda and the political department, over to you, Sister Rhonda, where she talks about, it's just not about the presidency, but it's also about your local government. You feel me? And the question is, what do we have to do there? You feel me? Our senators, our councilmen, you feel me? Like, who are the people literally in front of our face? You feel me? Like the Darlene Neelys and all of them that we see there right here in Crown Heights. Like,
Right.
those are the people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, I guess that's how we can get to some of
I
our
know,
questions being answered now.
I know a Hebrew Israelite councilman in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. We're putting ourselves in position to have a voice. And that's what I mean by, like, we got to see it overall. Now we got to accept the small wins, because when you look at the shootings, they come on a grander scale because it's on every news. But you don't see the news platforms promoting our brothers who are in city council, right? So all of my basic point here today is to be able to see the small wins that we have, and how we can continue to build on those things to make a bigger sound, to make a better voice for ourselves. we got to understand what the prophecy is in the times we're living in right now. We got to understand that. And then when we do see that, then we'll be able to see that we're putting ourselves in better positions to be prepared for this great and terrible day that is coming like ASAP. And we're a lot more prepared than we think. And I want to give ourselves that much credit. For me personally, it's like I don't like to beating ourselves up. We don't have this, we don't have that. We need to be more unified. I see unity in our Israelite community and outside of it. It takes drastic, tragic situations for us to see the unification of our people. It takes us to be the COVID. Well, we can't, and we got to rely on each other. And we were like, yo, we really got our brothers back, low key, when we all keep talking and don't think we do. And that's all I'm trying to convey right now. Like, let's not continue to beat ourselves up and when we're living in a system that's already doing that. And we just keep counting our woes. Woe is me, oh, we going through this. What rights do we have? Haven't had it for my whole life. But what I do see is the progress that we're making to be in the city council, to be able to control the news and the media, to be able to unify, like I said, acquiring land, to be dependent on ourselves. But we're not willing to leave New York City to move to the country because it's convenient. So let's talk about the convenience of our people that's not willing to give up the PlayStation to till the ground. We don't want to give up hot water running and want to go into the country where we got to pump water out the ground ourselves. We're not willing to do those things. So that's really where we should be talking about, because we have all the access and the resources, but we're afraid. We're afraid to take that sacrifice and really put our trust in the Creator and really unify. We're comfortable with just, I got mine, like you said, Monday through Friday. I just got to take care of my bills, bro. Times is hard. But come on. We've gone through COVID in a sense that we was able to see what we can accomplish and what we can do when we rely on each other. But then that dissipated when we was able to go back outside. That's all I'm saying. Let's look at the small wins that we have, understand what prophecy in the times we living in, and then not to say we shouldn't be upset or shouldn't have a feeling, but at least with all your wisdom, gain what? Understanding, so that you can know how to move or what to do or what's the next steps to study for or to prepare for. I'm willing to hear Sister Rhonda.
No, I just want to say that with Sha'atil, he spoke a lot of things that sometimes we don't like to talk about, and I have to agree with you in terms of, because you have this narrative going around that, oh, we don't have unity. A lot of people that say that wasn't around in the times when camps was really at war with each other. And Sha'atil, you've been around long enough to have seen that. Mordecai, you've been around long enough to have seen that. When there was truly, it seems like it was it was like camps were at war with. You were not allowed to go. Am I correct? Sha'atil and
No, correct. No, there was some
100%.
territories you just didn't go.
So now today, I go to North Carolina. I'm treated like I'm part of the congregation. I see my brothers. I see my brother Itamar, and in terms of that land and getting land, I remember Morey Elazar, Kotev, may the Most High God bless his memory. That's our brother Morey Itamar's father. He was one of the first people that I remember that was like, get land, and he pushed that movement. Now, a lot of people, like he sometimes is not recognized as a person who foresaw that, right? And, we talking also, Cohen Levy and Cohen Mikhail, and they went all the way to South America, and got land and built a community out there. But Morey Elazar, like he actually went out there, got land for him and his family, right? And they cultivated it. They went and got water. They establish all the things in it so that when the time that we're talking about comes, Israelites could go to their land. And how convenient is it, right? Their land is right. Their land was there. They got the land first, but then right next, not too far from them, it's also Goshen, where my brother Nasik, Rob Zuridan, resides, him and his family, and he also has land there. So the resources are there, the people are there, the infrastructure is in place. It's just a matter of us sitting down and talking, right, and saying, what can we do if this happens, if that happens, and this, that, and the other. But do you still have some egos involved? Yeah. Do you still have some people that might not like each other on a personal level, or that might not get along with each other, or I'm not doing nothing with that brother, with that sister? Yes. But overall, I seen Israel at war, and believe me, we're not at war right now. I hear this concept of true unity and true unification. Believe you me, it's a lot more unity today than it was before. And even when you go further back to the 60s and the 70s, there was a lot going on within camps and congregations. So I think that some of what Sha'atiel is saying is true. In terms of us getting along and us seeing like we can have discussions now and don't fall out forever, and disagree and be like, you know what, it is what it is. You still my brother, you still my sister, and we move past it. So I think that that's significant that we keep that in mind. That it's not quite like how it was before. A lot of people didn't see when there wasn't true unity. When there was truly camps at war. And today, for most part, I could say that most people get along. Yes, you have your little things here and there, but for most part, people have that spirit of unification, and people want to come together and be with one another as Israelites. So I know I went off from the point a little, but I just wanted to emphasize on what Sha'atiel made, the points that he made in terms of unity and unification. I'll pass it on. I think Sha'atiel say he wanted to hear from you, Sister Rhonda. She might be sleeping.
Nah, I'm here. I was just sitting back listening, and I just think that yeah, we do need to prepare. Someone in the comments said we need to prepare. Yes, we do need to prepare. We do need to get that mindset of that New York City is not the end all be all. We need to get out of these cities and do those things. I still want to just navigate us back to Sonia Massie, just to talk about the protection of Black women and how we can be protected. Brother Ziev said some really profound things, and I would love for him to jump on the Zoom, because he did come up with say a lot of good things. But back to her, and how can we move forward after seeing this? Because we managed to do it anyway, but how could we move forward intentionally to at least keep this out there so people know what's happening? How do we do that? Because it just seems like it's getting shadowed by Kamala Harris. It's getting shadowed by all these other things that are going on in the news. But this Black woman was shot in the face in her own home. In her own home.
And I'm not trying to downplay it, but the guy who did it got fired and arrested. So like, is that justice or is that not justice? Like, what do we look for it to happen? What do we want to happen when these things? Because in the past, the George Floyd, it took a while to get arrested. All these other people, it took them a while to get, fired. They was getting suspended with paid leave. This
I
brother
think,
got fired and
Bro,
arrested for
I
I
20
think,
get
I
years.
all
think,
that,
I
bro,
think,
but
I
we
think what
still
they
in cap.
want.
That's
I
not
think,
justice, bro. We
yeah,
can't be numb to what, like, see how the media gave it. Oh, that's it, suspended without pay. He's fired. Did it? Yay. Nah, bruh. Like, we just wait for the next one. You feel me? And my whole thing is, it's kind of like, it's always a season kind of time where they pick and choose the officer that they want to get for that one black person. And then you got the next open season when the rest of them get off. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's justice, but it's trash. Still trash. You feel me? Because, like Sister Rhonda said a little earlier, you still got, and Chief Woods was saying, you still got a lot of them still undercover, still moving. So that's just one out of, he the dummy. It's kind of like when you're on the road and you get somebody get pulled over for the ticket, we always would honk them like, my man took one for the team. It's kind of like the same thing. He the dummy who took one for the team while the rest going to find the next one to get away with. You feel me? And it's kind of like, while the news is on her right now, somebody else just got bodied in another state. So we got another 3 months before somebody in the neighborhood is going to make that believable to the cop, to where now a news crew want to pick that up, and then a private investigator, and then now that get blown up. Same old story, bro. Same old script.
I feel like in terms of, I understand what you're saying, Shaaltiel, like he got arrested. He's facing the rest of his life in prison. But I think because that is his punishment. But I think what happened is that our anger is coming from the system that's broken, and I believe it's a systemic thing that's going on within the precinct. So it starts from smaller things. It starts from the way that they get away with certain things that grow into things that are bigger, right? If you start hitting them in their pockets, snatching pensions away and doing all that, they would think twice before they pull the trigger on a person that's not really harming their lives, And it shows you that the system, hold on. It shows that the system is broken because their mentality, right? He worked at 6 different jobs in 4 years. That means that the system is broken, because if you get fired as a cop, your record is supposed to precede you, it's supposed to follow you. It's not with cops. He could get fired and he go somewhere else and say, oh, I just changed addresses. I needed somewhere to work closer. You know what I'm saying? And because they got the complexion for the protection, no one is going to question his background, not knowing that they took disciplinary actions against him in this precinct, at that precinct, at that precinct, and that he was a bad cop.
Like system structure works.
You know what I mean? So this is what, he got arrested. Yeah, he got, it was real bad. You know what I mean? They was trying to, that's why they held that videotape for
That's a
over
good
a
statement.
month.
It was real bad. This
Yeah.
one was real bad. All the other ones, he kind of got fired. But this
Right.
one here, we got to let you go. Great point. See?
Yeah, that's what. So these people, it's unfortunate, man. I know the feelings. I know, and those some of those feelings we can't really talk about on this platform. Y'all understand what I mean? Like, some of the things that you really want to talk about, you can't talk about on a platform like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things understood need not be spoken, because we don't need to get ourselves, and the things that we talk off of social media, we talk about them, but
I
it's
just
just real sad.
I just think that we don't want to be uncomfortable anymore. I think that yeah, these are feelings that we're feeling in our homes, but in order to do stuff and really make changes happen, we have to make ourselves uncomfortable. We have to get out of our homes and we got to do these things, and we're going to have to take some time off from work, and we're going to have to do all of these things. Like we're so comfortable in this captivity, like what we're in now. We don't. Okay, somebody died. Yeah, we got all these feelings. Somebody, this woman was literally shot in the face, and we're uncomfortable. We feel bad, but we don't want to do anything anymore. And that's different. That's different from the 60s, and that's different from when our families were out there really fighting for equality and doing that. So once we get it, and then we're and then our kids are so far from the 60s. Our kids are, they're living in a society where everything is all meshed together, and sometimes they don't even see racism the way we see it. And we're not teaching them. We're not letting them know it's not being said in schools. They don't want to teach it in schools. They don't want to talk about it in schools. Like we're not at that point where we want to be uncomfortable. And that's the sad part, because it's going to keep happening over and over again until we make them uncomfortable. And I'm
I
gonna
kind
shut up. That's all I'm
I,
gonna say. I'm say nothing
no,
else.
and I understand that too, though, right? And we because all of the movements that they did in the '60s, it did make some progress for us today, right? So
Yes.
we can't sit around and act like doing nothing is okay. I think that what happens is when we get to the George Floyds and the Sandra Bland's and all of these things, we find that all of the protesting and stuff we're doing now is not resulting to progress. And so maybe we got to change the tactic. Because sitting around doing nothing is not okay, and I understand that. But changing the tactics is what I'm looking at, and I think the tactics is going back to the Black Wall Streets, or the being able to get uncomfortable and living amongst each other for real, for real. So we're not boycotting, right? We're not doing those things. We're not going to stop going to Walmart. We're not going to stop doing that. But if we all just move to one city, that might create, some noise. Like I think it's something along those lines. We just got to figure out what it is and being able to move on it. I remember when Farrakhan was doing the Million Man marches in DC, and you had all of these men, you know, from all over that were coming there waiting to hear for action. Let's do this one thing. And nobody got that one thing to do. So there's no real commanding leader that has a vision for direction. And that's why you see us in these places, or looking for something. Everybody is looking for a leader to say, let's do this. And nobody is saying that. Nobody is doing that. And so it leaves us all like, well, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And that's why I go back to the accepting the small wins, and let's just continue to trust each other and build within ourselves. Because one thing I've learned over the years, past 10 years, is that we have built relationships. Communities and congregations have built relationships with each other. Like Chief said, now he comes down here, he feels a part of, as if it's one, because the relationship has been built. There's trust there. We know Chief Ooze. Chief Ooze knows us. He knows me well enough to allow me to get on this Zoom. Certain things. So with that trust, we build on that and then accomplish something. But there's no direction, and there's an old saying out here: where there's no vision, the people perish. And I think that's where we at. But not to say to give up, just to say find better tactics to approach, because the protesting, the Black Lives Matter, we've been there, done that. And you said we're tired of all of that. We seeing the ISUPKs out in the street yelling at people. People are tired of that. We need a different approach, one that might be a silent assassin, quietly making moves, behind the scenes, where we have access or control over media or city council.
You
or
really
certain
believe
things.
we have hope here in America, don't you?
Bro, a brother told me one day, Chief Manning, you know him, when I was like, yo, we all going back to Israel. And he was like, yo, it's impossible. Like, we're not all going back. Some people are still going to have to stay in certain countries.
No, some of us got to die.
Yeah,
I think that's the other part
absolutely.
we don't,
All of that stuff has to happen, but some people will still be in countries and places such as this alive after it's all done to continue to wake up the people. So we got to still have places where we can go everywhere in the world, not just here in America, but this is a global movement. It's not just a United States of America movement, yo. There's Israelites in England that are looking for the same things and talking
But some
about
want
the
to go
same
home.
stuff.
That's what I'm trying to say. Some don't look at. There's a whole bunch of people I know in England, and how they move in England. They look at Africa way more than how the African American looks at Africa. So that's why I asked, like, what I'm saying, because it's like I heard you mention Black Wall Street, and I also heard you mention about a territory for ourselves. And I've had this conversation before also. And my thing with Black Wall Street, right? And if thou should bethink themselves in your captivity. So when I look at Black Wall Street, a beautiful thing that happened, but you think those on the other side, do you really think with what the creator said, what we were put here for, and as beautiful as Black Wall Street, and for the horrific thing that the other side did to us, did you really, that was an example of showing Black excellence, but once again, if you bethink yourself in your captivity, and then, right, I don't know whether they were Hebrews or not, or they probably had a Hebrew sector there, but back to that comfortability that we were all talking about. See, there goes that comfortability again, and to the second part where you're speaking about having a territory, yeah, I've had that conversation too, but see, my thing is, are they willing to leave us alone? See, are they willing to give a section of America that, hey, give us whatever you want. We are the children of the Creator. Trust me, where you think you're giving us desolate, He'll do good for us, but we just need you to leave us alone. Now that makes sense. And plus, we're going to need God to do that part for us. But once again, we're in our captivity. So it's kind of like, I get what you're saying, but Black Wall Street, it was there for an example, and what happened after was an example to once again show Yisrael, like, hey, yeah, that was nice, but I ain't sending you here for that. If that made sense.
All right. Yes and no, right? So, like, there's precepts in Ezekiel that says, build you houses and vineyards, because you're going to be here. Set up shop. Because at the end of the day, we still got to let the world know who the creator is, no matter where we go, right? What we've learned from Black Wall Street is how we can have our own economy and be able to live amongst each other and survive without relying on anyone else, right? Now we can say that they're not going to allow us to do certain things, but when we create our own army and infrastructure, certain things, we'll be able to fight for ourselves. Isn't that what we want? We want the ability
here
to
in
just
America,
fight.
we're going to have our own army here.
I'm not. You don't got to be like the United States Army, but we can have enough to protect the sister who just was fearing somebody was coming to her house.
Man, let me know when that go down. Let me know. I'm down. Let me know.
That's what I'm
Put
saying.
me
Like,
on.
you mean to tell me right now in Brooklyn, if you got a call that a sister in our community was feeling harmed or threatened, that brothers won't show up? Like,
That's
you know how
that's
that
our own
goes.
collective. See, yeah, that's our
But
community.
that's
Yeah,
my
but I'm talking
point.
about. See, so you're still talking about this? Oh, okay. See,
No, I'm
see,
saying as a
once again,
whole.
I'm
Look,
not. See,
look.
when I
When I
think
talk
us,
about,
I think Black. I think all of us. You
yeah,
feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? We can't
I'm
just ask
talking
for a
all of us
part of
too.
America just for ourselves, and I think the rest of Black America ain't gonna see us thriving, and they ain't gonna want to come in. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but to answer your question, of course, I got them calls already. I know, I know what that's about. Totally
And
agree.
and that's all that we're saying. Us being the catalyst to invite the other Black America to be like, we're Hebrew Israelites. This is what we do. This is what we're about. We set up. We love the Creator. We trust in Yah. And if you come and follow and do what we do, we have hope and salvation. And then we can set up, because we have more and more people, our own whatever we need. And that's what we've learned from Black Wall Street. So, and that's what it means to bethink yourself. Black Wall Street, the thing they probably lacked might have been the creator. I wasn't there. But when you look at it, if we add our spirituality to the education and finance wisdom of a Black America,
Then we'll have Kingston Avenue.
Come on, man. You get what I'm saying?
We'll have Borough Park. We'll have Williamsburg.
There you go.
You know what? We didn't do it.
No, but it's in the progress, and that's what I'm saying. Let's start to.
Well, we gotta like each other for that progress, because all of them come from all different parts of Europe, and they don't even like each other, but they know for the sake of whatever, for the sake of Hashem and for the sake of Israel and everything, they put it together. So once again, differences. We gotta like each other. Yisrael, do we like each other?
Yeah, I think everybody has valid points. I do agree there's certain things we got to take off the that we want to discuss, that we need to take off the online. So we hopefully could do that. And yes, is right now we understand what's happening. I think we've discussed it at nauseum. I think we kind of got our feelings out. Now let's work towards just work towards something, man. You know what I mean? Like just work towards something. And I know we could do it, because there's brothers that I could call, and we could start with something, and we would just have to have some type of plan, exit plan, something, just in order if something pop off that we good. But and the thing is, we could pick up the phone and call each other for anything, right? So that's a blessing in itself. So I'm going to begin to wrap this up, hoping and praying that the Most High God, King of the universe, be with you all. I'm tired now, so it's been 2 hours. I think we've discussed this enough, and maybe next week we come back in and we see what we could come up with for some sort of solution. Nasik Rob wants to come in.
Yeah, I sent him the link. I didn't know you were about to
I got tired. All right, but we'll listen to it. We'll listen to the elected leader in our community. Nasik Rob, how are you, my brother?
Everything is peaceful. I was just listening on the YouTube. It's a good conversation, and I was asked to jump on the Zoom.
Do you have anything to add to our discussion? Because I think it'll be helpful, something coming from you, being that you have some of the resources that we are discussing.
Well, the only thing I would say is that we have to be careful not to fail before we try. Right? We have to be careful not to fail before we try. So, like, let's say that if we have a goal in our mind and we end up in a conversation like the white man is going to stop me from doing this. The powers that be are going to stop me from doing this. The Illuminati are going to stop me from doing this. Think about what really just happened, right? It really was a self-defeat, and there would be no need for an external enemy if the internal enemy of the mind stopped the progress from even being attempted. Also, with that type of speech, it's a kind of speech that slightly ignores the ability of the Most High to bless in any situation. right? The Most High can bless in any situation, and the Most High, uh, it's impossible to fail if we find our way in an alignment with something that's in the will of the Most High. So I know sometimes because of history in America and world history and things that we go through now, it's easy to be discouraged. But that's not our portion. Our divinely preferred portion is not a situation where we're second class citizens. So, yes, there's people that say we were sent here for a curse, but just objectively speaking, right? If everything in Deuteronomy 28 already happened, that means that prophecy is already fulfilled. Just think about that practically. If everything in Deuteronomy 28 already happened, that means that prophecy is fulfilled. So now I'm not under any delusion that we don't have conspiracies and and built-in racism and discrimination and systems in the United States. But everything in that prophecy has been already fulfilled. But it's more of a situation like Katrina. Like, let's say Deuteronomy 28 was the levees breaking in the flood, right? But then it's over. I know that after it's over, there's still residual effects of it, but it's not the same situation. And if we turn the chapter, we'll see that the Most High even said in the chapters after that, that he'll be able to bless us wherever we are. So I would only suggest that people try to focus there, because if we focus on a mindset where we, by our own independent choice, allow ourselves to be treated as a second class citizen, it's not useful. Also, another thing, and this might be some controversial to like some Hebrews, but y'all gonna still have to love me when it's done, right? If America says that we're free, right? My only recommendation is to act free until she proves that she's a liar. But if we voluntarily uh, take away our own freedoms, then that's us that did it, and we can't blame anybody on that. So we just have to be mindful of our expectations, our goals, and try to align things into the will of the Most High. And I said all that with love, though.
Hallelujah. I told her about my
Amen.
brother.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah. Well said. Well said.
What did he say different than what I said?
He because because he spoke in the collective and the individual state.
You're directing that to Mordecai, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
He said it in a because he spoke because it was still individual and collective. Like I said, the Most High bless all. Well, the Most High is good to me, bro. I got a car. I got 2 places. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, things are good. My children are good. Like, yes, but collectively, we're hurting. We're hurting. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? And because I turned the page. There is blessings. Amen. You feel me? But on the other end, when I think collectively, we're hurting as a people. And yeah, so we're all saying the same thing, I guess, on different levels of different passion. But my brother Rob, that was dope. Shalom.
Sha'atia still wants to know what that he said different than what he said. Right, Sha'atia?
And he was a little too kumbaya. He came in real.
Yo, Sha'atia said you're not gonna do me like that.
He came in real kumbaya. You feel me? Like, yo, bro. You know what I mean? He came at a kumbaya when we was at a liberating moment.
But you know what? He's right, though. You did kind of say the same thing, though.
Just, you know what I mean? You're looking for a burnt cookie. You don't know. It's a soft cookie.
Him and Rob are contemporaries. First. They grew up together.
Yeah, I think it's because you said it first, y'all. That's what
I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot from my brother Rob, man.
But he definitely that was you know, like I said, like he said, yes, focusing on the blessings is what we should be doing as a people. And it's same as my brother Shatia. You feel me? But in a collective state, like I said, it sucks and it hurts to put on the TV and to know that in this country that you live in, you know, to watch your sister get her face blown off, just like right there, like, here we go. Like, Just, you know what I mean? Good evening. It's just sad, you know, and it's sad. And it's sad to know that when reading that book, even within the cursing, knowing what the blessings are, just to see those things happen before your face, to be like, you know, your word don't come back void. And, you know, it sucks that we have to see those extremes of our people, you know, go through that from this no people, from this far corner of the earth where we wouldn't understand their tongue, who has no respect for the young or the old. You feel me? It's those sort of hurtful pieces right there. That's all.
Hallelujah. So thank you all for joining us. Sister Rhonda, my brother Mordecai, my brother Sha'atiel, my brother Rob Zuridan. Thank you all for joining us and being here with us tonight. The discussion was good. It's good to have these kind of discussions every now and then so that we could get off of our chest what we have in our chest, and kind of, you know, everybody kind of have that discussion that we need to have, that everybody wants to have anyway. So thank you all once again, praying that everyone has a good Shabbat night sleep. And I pray that the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth, be with you all. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
All right, family. So no music tonight. I got two next week, hopefully. Next week, hopefully, I get two albums to review as my camera is frozen. But yeah, I got two albums. I'm gonna try to review two albums next week. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I got, if you go online on iTunes and all the streaming platforms, my brother Ben Mishael Dawid or David has a new album called Legacy. That's our brother Yaya. And also Moray Aton has a new album. 13 tracks for Moray Aton and 16 for Rob Zuridan. So Moray Aton, he actually sent me his album a few weeks back. So we're gonna try to get through both of them next week. See how we could do it. We can't get through both of them, we'll get through one. But I got through one album. I didn't get through the other. So hopefully I'll get through the other this week. And everything is good. So blessed be the Most High God. Shalom, shalom. Thank you all for joining us. May the creator of heaven and earth bless you.